The action continuing here on Legends, Future Greats. Two women with a lot to prove, not only to themselves, but to those that are watching, those that are in control, because as we know, JB, all it takes is one moment, as we say every week, one match, 1 minute to change your entire life, to change your entire career.
It really is an amazing thing to watch, and the process we've seen time and time again here on LFG is really taking an incredible athlete that took a chance on themselves, bet on themselves to come here to the Performance Center and make a go at doing this for a career. And the progression is such that we've seen follow for great athletes like Nikkita Lyons. It's been an enjoyable experience to watch, and obviously Nikkita Lyons is, I dare say at this point, almost considered a Performance Center veteran. She's been here for a pretty short time in terms of the grand scheme of things in somebody's career, but how many boxes she's checked along the way?
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here, JB. You know I like to do that each and every week here on A&E. And when it comes to putting you on the spot, I'm going to be very careful with how I choose my words right here and right now, because I don't want you to actually say that you would win this competition. But when you take a look at the two women that are in the ring, obviously they're both great athletes. They're here for a reason.
Okay.
Take yourself out of the equation.
Yes, sir.
Who would win in a dance-off?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one. That's
why they pay you the big bucks, JB.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's putting me on the spot, my friend. I mean,
into the cover, and Nikkita just saved you, because now we got to move on.
Thank you.
Nikkita.
Thank you very much. I would have thought about that a long time, actually.
Nice takedown. Oh! I mean, look, both these women have been on the same page in this matchup, been able to stay one step ahead of the other. Something's going to have to give at some point, and it ain't ballet. But Nikkita Lyons is certainly making it look that way in this matchup.
Well, Nikkita Lyons has really performed in the ring, and what we've seen her do so many things and be right on the cusp, right on the verge of getting that call up to be a full-time member of the NXT roster. And for many people, they did say for Nikkita Lyons, it's not a question of if, but when.
Well, for Layla Diggs right now in this matchup, you know, this would be a big victory for her, as you've talked about and as I've talked about in this match. Nikkita Lyons is someone who has been around, has been in the Performance Center, at a time was the favorite to win the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament several years ago. She's trying to refine her footing. I kind of equate her to someone else we've seen on this program in Wendy Chu, trying to refine their footing, so to speak, in the WWE. This has really given her a new breath of fresh air, but at the same time, it makes the target on her back that much bigger for upstart talent like we're seeing here right now.
Well, and there's certainly no shame in the start and restart. You try something and it doesn't work, you try something again. I can't tell you how many different characters, different iterations, you know, the Mark Calloways of the world underwent before they landed on The Undertaker.
You know, that same can be said for so many different athletes as well, other Hall of Famers, and think about someone like The Godfather. It takes a while to find yourself, to find a groove.
These two athletes, I think, is the first iteration of what may be an incredible evolution that tells the story of their career, and wow!
Little standing moonsault to the arm.
The same goes for the man who's been talking to both these women about this matchup, Johnny Gargano, a former tag team champion, the first ever Triple Crown winner in NXT. Certainly knows something about evolving throughout a career as a big right hand, following right back up. And if this turns into a slugfest, JB, I gotta like the odds of Nikkita Lyons.
Well, she's an incredible striker. We've seen that time and time again, but don't count Layla Diggs out.
Charging back in, nice counter, able to duck and foul and back out with a clothesline. Another big strike, and Nikkita now starting to get into that wheelhouse, starting to feel it, and there you see the rage boiling out of Lyons. Well, we've seen this in the past, JB.
Oh my, look out. Look out. Boy, Booker T would have fun with that one.
Time will tell on NXT if she can get that contract. Maybe it's tonight, maybe it's this Tuesday. Booker can have some fun, but into a cover and a near fall.
Wow, Layla Diggs is resilient. We're seeing that in this match, just taking the brunt of the onslaught of offense from Nikkita Lyons and keeps on getting up.
talking about look, Diggs did not see that kick coming. Nikkita getting the feeling back in, and bam, hitting that Tiger driver.
A little too low, though. Got to get her up a little more.
Here is your winner, Nikkita Lyons.
I don't know if we'd call that a Tiger driver or if we'd start calling that a Lion driver when it's delivered by Nikkita.
Well, however you call it, it's dangerous, it's deadly, and it's led Nikkita Lyons to yet another victory.
Big Cat Kita in control of her own destiny picks up the victory here on Legends and Future Greats.